Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Our top story this hour here on the Suncoast: red tide has loosened its grip on our beaches in recent weeks, although it hasn't gone away yet.
And that's why Venice City officials are looking at ways to reduce the effects of red tide now and in the future. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live from City Hall in Venice. And what happened there today, Rebecca?
Well, Scott, Jacqueline, Venice City Hall was filled with concerned residents today who want to make sure this year's red tide bloom doesn't happen again. This is what Venice Beach looked like today. Full of people, no dead fish, and very clear water.
I expected it to be at the very least very cloudy, and it's not. It's a lot clearer than I thought it would be.
But even though the toxic algae may be gone for now, the city of Venice is trying to figure out why this season's red tide was so bad and how to keep it from repeating.
What we can do with our own little plot of land and our own little piece of paradise.
The city invited residents to hear what 4 experts had to say about reducing the flow of pollution, specifically fertilizer, into the waterways, and why they think this year's bloom was so extensive.
It really comes down to implementing best management practices on your own home, on your own business, within your own community to hopefully reduce the off-site nutrient loads that go off of your property.
But they all had very different opinions. The marine science experts said banning fertilizers would just make red tide worse.
Simply put, the reason is that without proper fertilization, lawns would not develop the optimal root and blade biomass needed to filter and retain nutrients and organic matter that would otherwise run off into our waterways.
While another said the seasonal ban on fertilizer should be reversed.
Say that the blackout should occur in the winter, because even in South Florida, where we have what you'll call a year-round growing season, certainly those turf grasses grow less in the winter and more in the summer. The ability of landscapes and turf grass plants to absorb nutrients is phenomenal.
And the chemist said nothing we do will make a difference.
It's a tremendous ecosystem, and we're just a little drop in the bucket on this thing. So unfortunately, if we were to even ban all chemicals from here, we'd still have red tide essentially the same.
But after hours of discussion, they all could agree on one thing.
The common goal is that there is no cure for the red tide. All we can do is not feed it. And the less nutrients it gets, hopefully the less invasive it will be.
The Environmental Advisory Board is planning on having another public hearing to make the final decision on what best practices it is for the city. Live in Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you guys.